Hi guys, my name is Ren Gaylord, and today I'm going to be talking about my personal narrative. One peaceful summer night, me and my friend John were hanging out in his room and couldn't find anything to do. We were trying to think of something fun and exciting to get into, maybe in a thrill of some sort. Remembering a dark, long concrete underpass that goes beneath 540, John suggested we go adventure in this mysterious burrow. At the time, I was thinking this is going to be really exciting and worth it. John agreed, so we were so bored that I didn't even really cross our minds that that there would be problems with this plan. Uh, Tiptoeing, we left out the back door as quiet as someone getting a midnight snack. Knowing John's mom wouldn't really care if we went outside, we went into the garage and grabbed our boards and a cold water bottles from the fridge. Ready and hopeful for a thrilled adventure, hopping on my longboards and pushing off with the balls of my feet, I slowly disappeared into the night. John puffing along behind me because his wheels are a bit older. Um, we had set our minds. We set out around midnight on a dark, crisp summer night. The weather was perfect, so perfect you could wear shorts and a sweatshirt. I remember zipping down deserted streets and then exiting the neighborhood. The windy road became less smooth, and our wheels hugged the curves. As we made a sharp turn, I hit a bump. The tire jumped and I almost fell. John was a bit ahead and now waited at the bottom of the quiet hill. For me, outside in the night was freeing. It was exciting yet peaceful. A car momentarily drove by with a thrashing speed, which broke this peace of the night. Hoping to go unnoticed, we turned off into the woods, holding our longboards. 5 minutes into the woods, we were almost at our destination. There it was. Uh, the empty void of a tunnel, round and long. The 20-minute walk through the tunnel was dark and echoey. Graffiti covered the walls. There was a variety of words splattered and spread along the damp, cold corridor created by the talented spray painting artists. When we left the tunnel to the highway, it was dark, warm, but the air was fresh, crisp enough to think it was an early winter evening. I've done somewhat of a good amount of trespassing in my time, so I thought we should go climb a water tower that I'd seen on the highway. It was about 30 minutes or so to get to the water tower, but that didn't stop us. We walked on the side of the highway on 540 before moving back into the woods. We arrived at our sought out destination, spread out around the tall tower. A barbed fence about 8 feet tall with sharp, intimidating barbs challenged us. But it didn't stop us. We carefully climbed the clumsy fence with caution. We were finally standing under the tower. We envisioned the tower being like a siren head or a steel giraffe towering above us with immense pride. Realized how big the tower actually was. So we were actually really scared. Nervous. My heart was also pounding. I complimented I contemplated life's current decisions. Should we? Should we do this thing? Should we go for it? I asked John, taking a deep breath and a sigh. He said, let's do it. Committed, we looked around to find a way up and saw a ladder attached to the water tower. But about halfway up there was a blockade still planted on the ground. Sorry about the picture, by the way. But about halfway, our minds were ready to go up, already contemplating how to conquer the blockade. So we started to ascend, my feet climbing the cold, empty ladder to the sound of my feet clanging rung through my ears and echoed through the silence of the crisp night. As we reached the rusted blockade, I was nervous again, but this time I felt different. I felt like I shouldn't go anymore. Holy Spirit whispered to me, "That's far enough." So I told John, "There's no way." I told John I felt like we shouldn't go anymore. So I told John there's no way around the blockade and that we should just head down to the safety of the ground. Are you sure? We're almost there, said John. I was sure. He finally agreed while of talking. After a while of talking. Descending, we moved much slower than we had been when we went up. When we hit the overgrown grass, I felt relieved that we didn't go any further. I was so proud of myself for listening to the Holy Spirit. The lesson here is in situations where you need to push through fear and move it out of the way. But clearly, when the Holy Spirit is trying to tell you something, you should listen. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed my presentation.